All right. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. This is Jay and Pro Sports Talk. You are back. You are back. You are here for another episode.
We're back.
We are back.
We're here and we're back.
We are here and we're back. So huge things happening. Premier League is back.
If you don't like soccer, sorry about you.
Yeah, so this episode is probably going to mainly consist of Premier League talk, and we're going to talk about the scores in Week 1, some of the biggest highlights.
Going on right now.
Yeah, so, currently right now, Chelsea, Liverpool are playing. It is tied 1-1. We're entering the 52nd minute. Who do you think's coming out on top on this
Hopefully
one?
Chelsea, but I think they're going to draw.
I think Liverpool is going to come out.
I
think they're going to win.
You're such a bitch.
And Salah looks unreal. He should have had a goal and assist in the first 30 minutes. But the
Chelsea
VAR.
scored 2 back-to-back goals.
Yeah, that was unreal.
Like,
that was like in 3 minutes.
Dude was like that far.
Yeah. Yeah. But to me, they have not really stopped Salah all.
Oh shoot. That almost was a goal.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I think Liverpool.
We just about scoring in the first game of the season. Man City doing what they do.
Cheers, cheat, and they win.
Erling Haaland had 2 bangers.
It's. I think what everyone expected. Yeah. So that was definitely kind of. One of the easiest matches they could have asked for to start the season off with.
Yeah, we could have played Luton.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be worse than that. I thought 3-0. I thought.
Well, they played bad in the first half.
But Haaland getting his two goals, and what was it, Rodri with the 3rd goal?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Man City looking like Man City, but I think everyone expects that when you're playing Burnley. I will say, though, so far, out of all the matches that have been played, what just happened? This Chelsea and Liverpool match is so far, I think, one of the best ones I've watched for Week 1.
I don't know, that Tottenham and I think it's Brentford or whatever. That game was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. So, and we'll talk about that one too. But moving on from Man City, we have Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, 2-1. Is this did you expect kind of a clear victory, kind of like what Man City had? For Arsenal, a 2-1 victory over Nottingham is, a slim margin victory for a club like Arsenal and what they did last season.
Yeah, but it's only the first game of the season, so you can't really take too much from it. They've got to get kind of in rhythm and everything. They got new players, got to get them in the system. They'll end up being fine. They still won, so Nottingham Forest isn't insanely terrible. A lot of people think they're probably going to get relegated, and I'm probably pretty close to being on that.
And they probably will. If you're looking at the stats for this one, even though it's a 2-1 win for Arsenal, and we're just looking at the goal differential, Chelsea. Got blocked.
Fuck.
All right. So looking at the stats for that Arsenal match, Arsenal finished with 82% possession.
Yeah, pretty
bad.
Not
yeah. Yeah, so they controlled the whole entire
654 passes, 120. That's
the shots, 14, 6 on goal for Arsenal, 5, 2 on goal for Nottingham Forest. He was going to have a one-on-one with the goalie right there.
Yeah, he's getting old. Can't run as fast.
So Arsenal still. I just wanted to ask you that, just looking at the box score. Before looking at the box score, but then when you actually look at the box score for this one, Arsenal clearly
dominated.
Yeah, the whole entire.
I didn't even get to watch it.
Everton.
It was 7.
Wouldn't surprise me.
What happened with Fulham? I thought Mitrovic was going to Saudi.
That's what
he was playing for him yesterday.
Maybe he's not.
He literally was playing. I was like, what the hell? I thought he was going to Saudi Arabia.
So. I do know a lot of people are still keen on Everton being close to relegation, and they will.
Well,
I think they will.
They've dodged it.
But I think this match was definitely a lot better for them from what we've seen last season, even though they still lost 1-0.
Well, they also played Fulham's not that great either.
They also, I feel like, deserved at least a goal. Having 19 shots and 14 on goal and to not come away with one.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how their shots were. But
I watched it.
They probably kicked a lot of them right at the goalie.
They were a decent amount, yeah. a lot of not strong finishes for Everton.
That's Everton.
But yeah, I mean, then you're looking at the passes compared to this one. Everton with 271, Fulham with 431. So I don't know. I definitely thought attacking though, Everton looked like they were eventually going to score a goal and seemed to have a lot more control.
Some days it's just not your day,
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
Yeah, Bournemouth and West Ham. West Ham definitely expectations are. I thought that was going to be a strong run. What are your expectations for West Ham? They had a bunch of signings.
Probably bottom like 15.
So, pitch side projected West Ham to be like top 12 because they made
not all of them. There's one of them had West Ham in relegation.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that is true. But they have made a bunch of signings, and I can't even tell. But they're all for like 15.
That's because they got no money. The only money they got really was after everybody already got signed.
Yeah,
when they sold.
Yeah, so it is a different team, but it's not full of star players like kind of what Chelsea has right here.
Enzo.
That is a moonshot.
But
yeah, so
I don't have high expectations for West Ham, especially if
neither do I for Bournemouth.
Especially if Man City end up signing Lucas Pickett.
Yeah,
then they won't have anybody.
No. If you're looking at the stats for this one, Bournemouth definitely had more possession, 64%. But the shots were almost identical, 11 and 5 on goal. Yeah, no. They just have pretty. I would say one. I don't know if I was able to average, but
I don't know any people on their team.
They have Solanke. He's their striker, and that's about the only one I can name.
I thought I knew people on their team, but they might have sold them or something.
So definitely, let's move on to Sheffield and Crystal Palace. Sheffield and Crystal Palace. Where do you see Crystal Palace finishing this season?
Probably right outside or right inside the top 10. I think they're good. They have some young players like Elise and Eze, and
yeah.
I mean, they may have lost Wilfred Zaha, but he's getting old. I mean, he's still good, but he's definitely getting old. And Sheffield is probably
relegation.
Them and Luton are the worst two teams.
Yeah, relegation. Yeah,
unfortunately, because they just got caught up.
And Crystal Palace just dominated this match too. Had 67% possession, 18 shots, 8 on goal compared to Sheffield's 7 shots, 1 on goal.
Ridiculous.
Passes, Crystal Palace 416 to Sheffield's 156. Yeah,
and
so
apparently, on pitch side, they said that right before the season started, Sheffield sold their best player. So
yeah, Sheffield.
Which you don't want to do if you're just now getting back in the Premier League.
No, and that leads us to Brighton and Luton.
I think Brighton will be decent this year, just like they were last year.
Yeah, I mean,
of course,
I'm rooting for Luton Town. Who wouldn't? There's no reason not to.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
But the first half, though, I remember just keeping on track with the match. I wasn't watching it or anything because it wasn't televised. But yeah, the first half, it seemed like Luton had a decent grasp on the game going into second, with only down 1-0. But looking at shots is where he gets you on that one. 20 shots, 11 on goal for Brighton, only 8 shots, 2 on goal for Luton. And I believe 5 or 6 of their shots came in the first.
Yeah, but Brighton, you got to think though, from in the Premier League, this year and probably a little bit last year, besides Man City and
Arsenal,
the talent is really well spread out.
Oh yeah,
because
when you even from the top 8,
after whoever's in a Man U down to Crystal Palace would probably be the last team I say. They're all got decently good players, and they all could probably finish somewhere in the top 10 to 5.
Well, Man U's finishing top 3.
Well, yeah, I think Man U's gonna finish top 3 as well. That's a foul.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
Luton Town, of course.
Top 3 is gonna be Man U, Arsenal, and Man City.
I definitely think it's going to be.
I think Man U will finish above Arsenal though.
I thought instead of Arsenal this year, I was thinking it would be Liverpool.
Hell no, dude. They have no good defensive midfielders. Their best defensive midfielder is Curtis Jones or whatever the fuck his name is. And he's not good. He shouldn't be playing for any top 6 side.
All right, moving on. We only got a couple scores left. I think 3, 2. But definitely just want to give a whole recap of everything. Of course, we got the matches on
Newcastle going back to their form from
Monday.
last season.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can keep that up with the playing in the Champions League as well.
Yeah, and
that'll be rough for them.
Aston Villa, I think, definitely had.
Aston Villa's not even bad either.
I know.
The crazy
so
part about it.
I was surprised. I mean, a lot of the Newcastle. The reason why they got 5, because I watched this whole match. Towards the very end, of course, Aston Villa is doing nothing but trying to attack and being as far up as possible. So all those their last 3 goals were really, really just fast counterattacks. I mean, and that's how you're going to score anyways. But Aston Villa's defense was just simply outnumbered when they would do those outbreaks like that in the second, because they were just pushing so far up. So I don't know. I wouldn't look at the box score and think Aston Villa is as bad as they look.
I mean, they didn't play bad, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, possession, Newcastle won in possession 55-45. Newcastle with 14 shots, 10 on goal. Aston Villa with 11 shots, 4 on goal.
Look at the stats, it looks very
passes, they're only off by passes by about 60 passes. So, yeah, I mean, definitely probably sucks for Aston Villa. I was rooting for Aston Villa just because I just don't like Newcastle that much, but
you don't like the oil team?
No.
I know.
Just hang
on. Why does it not put the goals on here?
I don't know. Yeah, so I wasn't going to go through every single one.
I just wanted to see where they scored at, but guess it does not show it on this.
What was crazy though? If you go up, Martinez got a yellow card. And I was watching that. It was actually it was wild. He ran
Martinez, like Emi Martinez, the goalie?
Yeah, because he ran out of the box and he missed the kick, and so the attacker got the ball right behind him, and then Martinez turned around, put his hands on his shoulder, and threw him down to the ground so he get a yellow card.
That should be a red card.
I was surprised it was not a red card. I thought he definitely was getting sent off.
I mean, I might have to watch it. I haven't watched it all the games. I might have to go watch.
Yeah, that one was nuts.
I have to watch the highlights on YouTube.
Surprising result with Brentford and Tottenham, or do you see this coming from Tottenham without Harry Kane now?
Without Harry Kane, I mean, they just don't have like the goal scorer, like the guy. Like
Son had a lot of chances. I was watching it and definitely looked like he should have scored. He's 2 more goals, honestly.
What like last year he played not so great. Like he wasn't bad, but he wasn't like what he was 2 years ago when he and Salah split the Golden Boot. Like he's not going to probably be that, especially without Harry Kane now, because now people just focus on him the whole time. They just put their defense on him, and they won't let him do anything.
Well, the first goal is Romero with a header, and then he actually leaves the game shortly after that because he collided head-to-head with somebody and for concussion protocol. So we'll see how he is after an update on him. But, yeah, I mean, Son was attacking a lot, and I thought he had like a decent presence in the match. But without Harry Kane, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
I just don't think they're going to be that good, honestly. I think they're going to probably finish in like 7th or something.
Yeah,
7th or 8th.
Yeah, I can see it. Because
they're going to
until they buy.
They're going to be like Chelsea last year. They don't have anybody to score
until they buy.
And like their person that's supposed to be scoring is going to be Son, and he mostly was like when he did score a lot of goals is because a lot of people were more focused on Harry
Kane, so he would have
like I mean it's not all because Harry Kane, but I mean it's a lot of it because like they don't want Harry Kane to fucking score because he's sitting in the box all the time.
Yeah,
like that's what strikers do. They sit in the box, they wait for the ball.
The Chelsea-Liverpool match, Chelsea definitely controlling. If we're looking at the current stats in the 67th minute, you got Chelsea 65% possession, 9 shots, 4 on goal. Liverpool with 7 shots, 2 on goal. 419 passes for Chelsea compared to Liverpool's 159. But But yeah, it just takes one of those strong runs by Salah to give him another lead.
I kind of hope that Chelsea and Liverpool kind of get back to where they were at before, because I just think it'd be more fun if it was more competitive. Like Man City, after Arsenal just absolutely fucking bottled it last year.
Yeah,
they just
Arsenal had it. Yeah,
because Man City won the league with like 2 games left, I think.
And
it's because Arsenal just out of their last like 36 points they could have got, they got like 24. So
yeah, and we'll see if Arsenal can stay in the top 3
I think
like last season.
They will. They're too good not to. I mean, they might struggle for a minute without Jesus, but they'll be all right.
All right, so week one is not over, of course, but that's the current standings. Of course, Man U plays tomorrow at 3:00.
I don't know who they play at all. Not even a little bit. I can't think of who hasn't played yet.
They play Wolves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow at 3:00.
That'll be a slaughtering.
Hopefully. Man U is notorious to play down to their level.
Yeah, not now. They got a lot of new players. They're a lot younger.
Yeah, and I believe
they don't got a bunch of old fucks for strikers anymore.
No. So, moving on from week 1 of Premier League.
Week 1 of the preseason.
Week 1 of preseason. NFL's back, baby. And
thank God.
The one thing I want to just go over, we don't want to talk about all of preseason because really, who gives a fuck? Yeah, no one really cares that much.
Bunch of fucking exit.
But of course, I'm a Steelers fan. He's a Bengals fan, so we want to talk about our teams a little bit, just because for the Steelers we had first stringers playing just for like the first quarter. I think it was a decent showing. I don't know if the Bengals had anyone playing.
I think the only starters we had anybody.
Yeah, Trevor Siemian playing. Did he play the whole game?
Jake Browning started.
Okay.
I don't think the only players that we had starting were like a couple of like that. Well, some of them that are not gonna start actually. Like Chase Brown, the running back, he played in like the third quarter, but he's gonna be a third stringer probably to Chris Evans. And then Dax Hill played a little bit, and then I don't think anybody else really played.
What? I forget what round.
I don't know. I don't think Miles Murphy. Dax Hill. He's a first rounder last year.
That's right.
But he didn't play because we had Jesse Page.
Okay. Steelers.
So there's not really much to talk about the Bengals unless we talk about Jordan Love.
And Sean Clifford.
He actually looked decent. Yeah, but Sean Clifford's never going to play.
You don't know that.
Why is he going to play?
Penn State.
Jordan Love. He doesn't look like he knows how to throw football.
He didn't at Penn State, but I'm still going to root for him. Steelers, the one thing that I wanted to focus on is Mason Rudolph looked really good this whole game. His
regular season, he ain't gonna do that.
Well, probably not. But his pass to Calvin Austin, who sat out the whole entire season last year as a rookie. Who? Calvin Austin?
No, Mason Rudolph. His deep balls.
Yeah, he has pretty good accuracy deep.
That's like the only thing he's actually good at.
And having Calvin Austin with all that speed, I mean, he simply just outran the cornerback and the safety on that play where he torched him for that like 67-yard touchdown.
Yeah, third string cornerback.
And Kenny Pickett had a really strong showing too, 6 of 7 for 70 yards and a touchdown. And of course, rushing. No one really ran the ball, but
you're not really gonna run it a lot.
Yeah.
Give them a couple of carries, see if they got anything. But
other than the Tampa Bay very, very late game touchdown, Steelers D looked pretty good. But like we said, not everyone plays on the whole team that plays in preseason, but like players like James Pierre, he's our
name. Who? Isaiah Loudermilk.
We drafted him. He's a defensive lineman out of Wisconsin.
Loudermilk.
Yep, Isaiah Loudermilk. He's a big boy. James Pierre, he's like the fourth cornerback in rotation. Mark Robinson, Kenny Robinson. Mark Robinson, we just signed him in the last offseason. So, Quan Alexander, I forgot that we had him. So some players, Nick Kwiatkowski. Yeah, that's right. That's how you say it. Yeah, so some names on here that actually do play on the team and will play when regular season starts. So, Bengals. Of course, they didn't play
anybody.
But looking at Jordan Love, 7 for 10, 46 yards and a touchdown. So I say a strong showing for him.
That running back fault.
Emmanuel Wilson, 6 carries for 111 yards.
I mean, he got 90% of his yards off one carry.
And 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Sean Clifford, 2 rushes for 27 yards. Look at that. That's pretty nice.
Ooh.
That's it. It's a pretty strong showing. Sean Clifford, 20 of 26, 208 yards, 1 touchdown.
1 pick six.
We don't have to talk about interceptions. Just pointing it out.
Go look at the Bengals. You don't know one person on there.
Trevor Siemian. Interception.
Jake Browning.
Interception. Chris Evans, 7 rushes, 49 yards. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Here, I am a Bengals fan. Hey, go up. Scroll up.
Hey, Daxton Hill, he played.
I told you he played. But I don't know who that is. Well, actually, I did. He's a tight end from there. But I didn't know we had him. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is.
Where's Joe Mixon?
He's not going to play in the preseason. He's fucking 30.
Yeah. Yeah. Another update for preseason football. Elijah Moore is taking him for X-rays on his ribs.
That sucks.
So yeah, I mean that would suck because it was
they traded him.
Yeah.
Him,
yeah.
John Watson didn't look terrible, but he didn't look great either. He's like 3 for 3 for like 12 yards.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think any real big, huge, injuries or anything during preseason. Thank God. We hopefully don't have to talk about injuries that much because we hate it when
it's gonna happen. It's
big names go down like that. Yeah. All right, and the last thing.
Well, actually, before we start talking about baseball, there is one thing that we did. No, you'll be all right. Reclap. Okay. How do you think the 2 torn ACLs are going to mess with Real Madrid?
Probably pretty bad.
Eder Militao gone for at the minimum. They said 6 months, and probably the same with Courtois.
Yeah, pretty bad.
This sucks, dude.
What are they doing for
Courtois?
Yeah,
they signed Kepa on loan.
Good replacement.
He's not terrible, but he's not fucking Courtois. So
no. Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but we can talk about baseball. I just wanted to talk about that before because that's like the only other thing really happened.
Yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, and we talked about it right before we started too. Reds. Yeah.
Hey, we're on a slide right now.
Fucking blowing it. All right. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what's nice though is David Bell actually after 14,000 games of Ellie sucking leading off,
finally
he fucking moved him.
Yeah.
Like this. How does he get a contract extension?
I don't know.
That pisses me off so bad.
And as soon as we get the contract extension, we proceed to give up 36 runs in 3 games.
There's more than that.
No, it was 2 games because we gave it 21 or 22, and the next game we lost. We gave up 16.
We played 4 games against them and gave up 45 runs.
Yeah. The series after giving him an extension.
And that's why they're now in the wild card spot.
Yep.
Because they basically
only a half game back. Playing the Pirates right now. Definitely
should be. We should sweep them.
Definitely need.
And we play them twice today.
1:00 and 6:00, or it might be 7:00.
It's 30 or something.
But yeah, so definitely really, really need a sweep. So because you're looking at Phillies 65-53, Giants 62-55, Cubs 61-56.
It's tight.
Marlins 61-57, Reds 61-57.
Nice thing is our next couple of series are, besides the Angels, we play the Giants, Diamondbacks, and then the Cubs.
Yeah.
So if we just win,
already won the series against the first 2.
If we win 2 of those series, we should be in the wild card.
Yeah.
Just 2 of them. That's all we got to do.
Hunter Green is close to being back too. Hold on, we got to talk about that.
It's really bad news though. It's India's out till mid.
Yeah, that is awful.
Even though they were he's gonna come back on Friday. How do you mess that up that bad?
Because
from being out till Friday to being out until a month and a half from now. That makes no sense.
Okay. Yep. So
Jonathan he's fucked. If he did what is it? Is he did he break it? Oh no, he didn't break it.
But he has been shut down from running for at least 2 weeks.
He's done. Fraley's still out.
Yep.
Yeah. Since when has been Lively hurt?
Yeah, Lively. Yeah, he was hurt.
He's not even good.
No.
And
So.
yeah, geez, dude. And I think they're done with Senzel, I think.
Yeah, optioning him to AAA, I think that shows.
I think they're just straight done with him. Did you see that, Ramos?
That 495
495-foot home run.
And then we call him the very next day.
That's crazy.
I really
what does he play?
He's outfield.
Is he? Okay.
I really did not expect Senzel to go down though. I really was not expecting that.
Well, he only hits good against lefties though, and he has been getting worse at hitting against lefties because he was like.
You rather keep Fairchild over Senzel right now?
Just because he's way better at defense.
Yeah,
Senzel makes so many errors when he plays third base. He's not bad when he plays in outfield, but Fairchild.
Well, that's why we shouldn't be playing him at third base. I never thought we should have been.
I agree that we shouldn't play him at third base, but I'd rather have either way. Fairchild's better than him in the outfield.
Yeah,
I'd rather have him, and they're batting almost identically. Like their batting average is like both like 233.
Yeah.
So you might as well just take the better defender.
Well, I think that's it. Chelsea and Liverpool. We're entering the 77th minute now, still tied. It's gonna be the last episode at least for
this week.
A week. Yeah. So I'm out in Vegas. So, but it's for work conference. So don't know how much fun I'll actually get to have. Hopefully a lot of fun. But yeah, so definitely need to get an episode in before I went. And let's hope for a Reds sweep today. Back-to-back games, and the Man U win tomorrow.
Loses all their games. Man City wins all theirs.
All right.
Bengals win the Super Bowl.
That is it from us. We'll see you next time.
Deuces.